just want to say before I start this video that the video is my opinion and my opinion only. And even though I was a senior cybersecurity engineer with application security at CompTIA, I am by no means their partner, and therefore I am not promoting their products. I'm just kind of giving you my overall opinion as a cybersecurity veteran with over 2 decades experience. All right, enjoy. Okay, everyone, doing an informal video here today about cybersecurity job market 2025. This is basically going to be informal to really discuss what I've been seeing, okay, in the market just in general. I have been helping a lot of people to find jobs on an entry level basis, junior level as well as a senior level. What I have been noticing is a trend that is not really being discussed. It's a trend towards high applicants and a decreased amount of jobs within this industry. Now, I know a lot of services are promoting the cybersecurity industry as having a massive shortage of jobs, and I still think that's the case in certain segments. But the one thing I do want to mention is they're not discussing the fact that there's a lot of jobs out there. And for instance, LinkedIn Premium, if you do have that service, you can just simply go search for cybersecurity jobs, and you will see that sometimes there's like 1,100 applicants, and there is only one job. So what is going on here for those of you out there who are saying, I was told that there is 3 million jobs available in cybersecurity, a massive shortage. I should go ahead and take this cert. I should go ahead and invest my time in this particular career. And that is not untrue. It's not like that is a lie. Yes, it is true. I can't really vouch whether or not it was, how can I say, hyped up to sell some services, but what I can really discuss is my experience, as I mentioned before. So, in helping some of these people find jobs, it's been a challenge. 2022, we were seeing applicants, let's say on the cybersecurity spectrum, we were seeing maybe, let's say 22 applicants on average, for a job, for example, 20 applicants, and we'd see one job available. So what is going on? I'm going to say that there's a few different contributing factors. One in particular that I do want to take note of is AI. Now, just like any technology, so just like any trend, it takes a while to be accepted, okay? It takes a while to be implemented into a particular, let's say, corporation, rather than not get technical and just keep this very general in nature. Approvals, research have to be done prior to having anything incorporated into the business process, whether it's enterprise or whether it's, let's say, a smaller sized business. Obviously, there's a training curve. People first have to acknowledge the new technology training curve, and then it's implemented. That could take years. So we're now seeing that occurring within the industry. As a result, we are seeing not necessarily job layoffs, okay, although we have seen some in cybersecurity. But what we are seeing is the inability for, let's say, an expansion within a segment of cybersecurity. Okay, so the inability for expansion just means, okay, for 2025, 2024, we are not going to hire, all right? or possibly, you know, their projections for 2026. We're not going to hire this year. Instead, we're going to hold off on hiring the 5 new employees in the cybersecurity department because we are literally just going to implement our co-pilot how can I say, license, which we believe is going to save the 5 jobs. Okay, great. So it cost them $50,000, let's say, for a co-pilot license. As a result, they save, you know, $500,000 in salaries. Hence, if there was 5 jobs and each one, let's say, you know, has $100,000, okay, they save $500,000, they spend $50,000. So all these elements are now being interwoven into what we're seeing happening in this industry. And it's not just cybersecurity, it's across the spectrum of many different industries that is going to be affected. This is factual that it's going to happen. It is just the way human nature is. Obviously, you're going to implement cost-saving approaches across the board to save, because obviously publicly traded companies, the goal is to maximize the shareholders' equity. How do we do that? Cut costs, cut costs, cut costs, and that's just the way it is. So a new technology comes in, such AI, that can cut costs, and that's what's going to be done. So where do we go from here? Sorry that I'm kind of moving this camera. I wasn't even planning on doing this video, but I want to add a different element. I want to add a real world element. I want to come outside. I'm you know, you get tired sometimes in just doing videos behind a desk, you know, and just make it real. Where do we go from here? I can only say one thing. Competition is increasing. What does that mean for the individual? Well, you can't get away just kind of getting that 6-figure salary while you relax at your desk and, you know, play video games. All right. We all know some people who virtually get paid very well, not only in cybersecurity, but in IT in general, and they don't do a heck of a lot. Those days, I think, are coming to an end as the market gets tweaked, as the market assumes these changes. So, become competitive. How do you become competitive? You increase your skill set. You learn. People attack certifications. I've seen on these videos, let me just get out of the sun here. They attack the certifications. I'm seeing like 7 out of 10 videos attacking certifications. And then the funny thing is at the end of the video, they're telling you that you should go ahead and take their course. So they're attacking the certs, but then they're leaning towards selling you something as far as a course. Ultimately, I will provide something like that, but I am not attacking certifications. I am saying if it's a good certification that makes sense and is going to elevate you, not only skills-wise, but also in HR. I have the CEH, not because it makes me a superstar. I have the CEH because HR is all over that. Still to this day, CEH is on a lot of job descriptions. I am not telling you that I learned so much from getting the CEH. It's fundamental stuff. Where I really learned was bug bounty hunting. You're not going to ever see that for the most part. Maybe I saw it a few times on a job description that they need something like that. But those are real world skills, bug bounty hunting. So what I'm going to just suggest, certs yes, courses yes, but be selective, okay? Now for the prospects and what's going to happen 2025. I am by no means an expert within projecting what jobs will be eliminated, what jobs won't. I can just say expect the trim to happen. It's already happening. Prepare, become more competitive, and that's just the way it's going to be. Competition, all right? So if you are a weak-minded individual and you think that you can just kind of get by and continue to get by just doing just enough to get by, then I can say that not only are you going to get hurt in this segment of the industry, but there's not going to be a lot for you in general in many industries. Just some food for thought, whether you like it or not. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. Now, I better get myself a little bit of exercise. Florida weather is pretty hot in the summer. It's pretty early. I'm gonna get rolling. Take care, everybody.